What's up? You're listening to the Miss Black and Miss Bougie podcast. Today we're talking about the hot social mess of the week, our petty shiro, which is our hero of the week, which happens to be a woman, Bitch You Thought, where we talk about our personal hoe phases and the stigma attached, and we're going to end with our usual recommendations of the week. So let's get started. Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome back.
We are back.
It's the Miss Black and Miss Bougie podcast, episode 2.
Episode 1 went very well.
I loved episode 1. We got a lot of good feedback so far.
Yeah, we did get a lot of good feedback. There were a couple people in the inboxes like, you were right about Prince. I just want to say that.
Melanie,
they would never publicly say it. They would never publicly say it, but they said it in my inbox. I have the screenshots to prove it.
We're not going to spend too long on this, but just know that I did put this poll up on the internet, and Michael Jackson won. And
By one. Can we clarify that? By one. It wasn't even a landslide victory, though.
And I want the world to know that Melanie canceled me as a friend over Prince.
That's not what I said. I said I canceled them. Everybody who voted for Michael Jackson, I said they auxiliary cord privileges are canceled.
I'm not a friend to you if I can't have the aux cord.
No, you're good.
No. Like I said, canceled, never felt that, never been that.
You're good, though. Nope. It's fine. But we're back for episode 2.
And we have some wine on deck. We have some nice white wine.
I don't know if that was a good idea to give me alcohol.
Okay, well,
I mean, I'm just
it'll
saying.
Be entertaining, at least.
And there's so much.
It'll be even more entertaining.
There's so much to unpack this week because so much has happened.
The heat has brought out the hot mess of everything.
I mean, it's like hot mess being thrown from every corner of the fucking blog world. Like, it's so much going on. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, okay, if I hear one more story about something, we can't talk about we'd be on here forever.
Exactly.
We'd be on here forever.
So Mel, first let's start. What'd you do for the week, or how you doing?
I did absolutely nothing this week. Like, I did nothing. I fucked nothing. I didn't even fuck myself. Like, I did nothing.
Oh, not even yourself?
No, what I did was I worked all week, because I got to pay the bills.
Right.
And somebody at our company left the company with 1 week's notice, and I got a bunch of her fucking workload. Thanks a lot. And all I did was play video games all week. That's what I focused on.
That's always relaxing. Work-life balance.
If everybody doesn't know already, I don't think I mentioned it. I'm a hardcore gamer. I game constantly. Like, yes. If I'm at home,
really good.
If I'm at home and I didn't call or order a pizza, which is what I call ordering a man for the night, you know what I'm saying? Because it's easy, like, ordering a pizza when you're a woman. So whenever I say, I ordered a pizza, my friends usually know what I mean. It means I ordered dick. But
so much.
But I didn't order pizza this week. I was like, you know what? I just want some time to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put my bullet away. I put my vibrator away. I didn't even pull it out the drawer. I was just like, we're just going to have fun playing video games or whatever.
Relaxing.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
For me, You
didn't get anything in this week?
I'm married,
And you're a newlywed. What the fuck am I thinking?
Right, I'm obligated. That's like a...
You're not obligated.
Well, okay, let's take that word. Not obligated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Why are you trying to act shy?
But for me, I tried to, in my mind, I tried to not do anything like Mariah Carey does on stage.
Damn. You are shady for that.
I mean, I strive to work as hard so I don't have to do anything in later in life just like that.
I mean, I don't know what's more entertaining. Seeing Mariah Carey belt it out like she did in the 90s, or seeing her do absolutely nothing for 4.5 minutes.
I just think it's absolutely hilarious.
Either one I am kind of here for. Because it's like you can't take your eyes away from it.
Yeah. And people are still going to love her because she's Mariah Carey.
She's Mariah Carey. Yeah, she's given us countless hits. So she deserves to phone it in on stage, I guess.
But I didn't get to not do anything. Watch some anime with the hubby. And,
what anime?
I think it was Naruto. No, Boruto. That's what we watched.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you into it?
I liked it, actually.
I liked it, actually. Yeah, are you really into anime, or are you into it because you want to share your husband's interest, which is good?
share his interests because I didn't know anything about it before I met him.
Okay.
And I'm getting into it. There's some other ones that I don't actually remember the name right now, but it's actually pretty good. I'm actually enjoying it.
Castlevania is on fucking Netflix. I watched that shit.
I have to try that.
It's only 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Just knock it out.
I will.
Just knock it out.
Also, I did some volunteering. I did some Muay Thai, which was fun.
I'm not doing none of that Muay Thai. Because we all know I hate working out. I hate it. I cannot stand it.
I'm just a violent person. I just like to,
Oh, okay. You want to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, warranted.
Yeah. Not just anybody.
Yeah.
Unless you're R. Kelly. I'll kick his fucking
speaking
ass.
of R. Kelly, that'll bring us into our hot social mess of the week.
There's so much.
And I'm telling you, like I said, this heat has brought everybody out. They're like, I want a little bit of action.
R. Kelly's still out there being shit.
R. Kelly wanted a little bit. Kevin Hart wanted some of it. Usher wanted some of it. Everybody wanted it hot. So
it's just like, I literally could not go through Black Twitter. It was so much happening. And for people who are of the Caucasian persuasion, who are like, what the fuck is Black Twitter? It's the most important part of Twitter is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But don't go there. We don't need you there. Like, you can lurk, I guess, but don't comment. Don't try to get in on the fun. Just let us have that, okay? Thank you.
No questions.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
But so let's get into the first one, Mel.
Are we going to talk about R. Kelly first?
Just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure people have talked about it a lot, but we can just put in our 2 cents about it.
Okay, can I just say, one, I'm not surprised. I mean,
right,
anybody who's surprised about R. Kelly doing some gutter shit to black women or black girls, like, girl, I got a bridge to sell you. Like, he's shit. He ain't been shit for a long fucking time.
Yeah. And I think the most surprising thing to me, it shouldn't be surprising, is the girl who got interviewed for this, and she was like, hi, I'm such and such, and, I just want to let you know I'm not being taken advantage of. And to my father, like, you could text your father. Like, I don't understand why.
That video was a little bit off-putting to me because she looked nervous. She looked unsure. And no, this is not me reaching for you R. Kelly stans out there. R. Kelly stans are some of the worst fans out there because they excuse any type of bad behavior. It makes no sense. And they victim blame a lot. And then also, did you catch on that video that shadow on her chest where it looked like somebody was behind her making the swiping motion around her neck?
No, I actually didn't.
Girl, I peep everything. I see everything. Rewatch that video and you would see on her chest, it's like the way it's lit. They asked her a certain question. I can't remember the question.
Oh, and
from the shadow on her neck, you can see it appears as though there's a person behind her making like cut or stop motion across the neck. Like, okay, don't answer that. So she's clearly being coached to say these things.
Okay, but if she's in an undisclosed location, how did the people find her to, interview her? Or who
they got in touch with it's TMZ. Like, you're a celebrity. You could just contact TMZ. Celebrities call TMZ on themselves. I'm going to be at such a place eating dinner. Come take pictures of me. Come on. True. They're not hard to reach.
Yeah. But I think we're done with the R. Kelly thing.
Only thing, I will say this. With the R. Kelly thing, that annoys me about it, honestly, is that because the people that he's affecting are young black women and black girls, nobody seems to give a shit. And it turns into this conversation of, oh, they're old enough, it's legal, they know what's happening and things, this, that, and the other. All these excuses under the sun. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to dig a little bit and you start hearing things about how R. Kelly is taking their phones, he's taking their, they can't contact their family and friends. They don't have access to their own money or funds. You know what I'm saying? There's been issues of physical, mental abuse. Like, I mean, this is not an okay situation. It just doesn't make sense to me how everybody seems to be okay with where they're 18. Right. Okay, I was 18 once too, and I didn't know shit about shit.
Right. And what about people still being fans of R. Kelly? What do you think about?
Oh, they're trash. They're always trash. They always will be trash. You know what I'm saying? They're just trash people. I don't have time to support somebody like this. Like, honestly, he should have been canceled once you saw a video of him pissing on a 14-year-old girl. But, whatever. Black girls don't matter shit to nobody, I guess. If it was a 14-year-old white girl, we wouldn't even be talking about R. Kelly today. His ass would be locked up some damn where, but whatever.
R. Kelly. And as we go on to our next hot social mess.
Which one is that?
OJ. we don't really care.
OJ's coming out?
Yeah.
He got paroled?
He got paroled, supposedly.
What did Jay-Z say?
He said, okay.
I'm not black, I'm just OJ.
Okay.
Okay.
And OJ actually got a job offer by the
No, okay, now this I did not hear about.
The Saddle Ranch.
What's the Saddle Ranch?
You know the legal brothel out in Arizona or California. God. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's where
to do what?
Lamar Odom.
To do what?
I don't know, but the ladies who work there, they actually threatened to leave.
I mean, I'm just saying, I wouldn't feel safe coming to work.
Yeah, because they would want to come to work the next day.
I mean, it's who is the fucking management there that say, you know who we need working here though? We need OJ Simpson here.
That is not a marketing ploy that I would want. Like, do you like your life? If not, come here.
Oh my God! Every white woman there is shook. They're like, no, I don't want OJ here. Are you kidding?
No.
Black girls are like, whatever. He ain't gonna bother my ass.
You want the juice special?
He wants the Becky special. Okay, he don't have time for me.
You want the one hand ungloved
special? You know what? I'm done with you. Oh my God! I don't understand whose idea with that. What client wants to walk in and see OJ Simpson? What sex worker wants to come in and see OJ Simpson? Like, no. What are they going to have him do?
I don't know. I really don't.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. But that's what I have for OJ. I don't even know why it was televised, so I didn't really care. I just saw that.
And that's another thing. Why was that shit televised? Who fuck? You know what? I don't care. What's the next hot social mess? Because no one cares about OJ Simpson. Let's be real.
Usher, Flame in the Streets.
Usher out here letting it burn.
Yeah.
I don't have any more puns for that.
I think everybody's used those. Right?
I mean, okay, it's unfortunate, and I'm sure it's quite embarrassing for Usher to have his, sexual health completely on display out in these streets.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I think people are not talking about the real issue of this conversation, which is beyond letting it burn. But I can't not say that and not laugh. Like, there's no way. People need to be aware and conscious of their sexual health, and it's just like, get tested regularly.
Yes.
And everybody should be having that conversation. But you got people who have probably never been tested in their lives, right, dragging Usher, and it's just like... And
educate yourselves on what it actually, how you can actually contract it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
We also have to remember that these celebrities can pay off a lot of people. It's just the people who decide to speak or not. So... And
celebrities are not barred from being hurt, from getting STDs or STIs. They're still people. You know what I'm saying? So he just had some real people shit happen to him, and now everybody knows about it. And women are coming out the woodworks to sue him because they're trying to get coin.
Right.
And I mean, if he knowingly exposed these women to this, then they deserve their coin. I'm just saying, But another thing that disgusted me, people were leaving comments like, "Well, that's what you get for wanting to you sleep with celebrities and you trying to get these babies and stuff." I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with this conversation? Like, we all know there's gonna be people out there who are star fuckers or whatever you want to call it. That doesn't give Usher the right to be out here fucking bitches raw, and he knowingly has.
I think you can contract it with a condom on as well.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Yes, you can. So it's like, what you're saying, shut up. Like, shut up. Like, again, taking all the responsibility away from the man and putting it on the woman. You know what I'm saying? There are some celebrities that will come my way and if they want a piece of me, I'll be like, yes, let's fuck. Like, seriously. Like, are you kidding? Like, stop acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like, women are supposed to be so above it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're sexual beings, and if somebody's fine as fuck and they're famous and they have money and you just want to have a good time, what the fuck is the problem? As long as you're having protected sex. But like we mentioned before, you can contract herpes even when you're using a condom.
To be honest, too. So... as we move along to the
next
topic,
could give you my celebrity starfucker list because it is quite lengthy. It's about 10 people long right now. It used to be 20.
Really?
But I cut it down.
Wait, is this imaginary, like what, a fantasy one or real?
Bitch, really? You really think I fucked 20 celebrities?
I wish. People. I was like, wait a minute, because you didn't even tell me that.
It is a valid question to ask me.
Because did you see how I looked at you? I was like, wait, you didn't tell me that story.
I've only fucked one celebrity.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Shall remain nameless.
You goddamn right, shall remain. I'm somewhat of a classy thought.
I'm asking what the people would be asking. You know? I'm here for the people.
I'm never gonna tell.
Okay, no problem.
It was an athlete.
Nice.
You know, athletes love their BBWs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They won't marry a black bitch though.
Stop.
Okay. I'm shut up.
Stop.
I'm shut up.
We're going to the next. It's the wine speaking, y'all. That's all.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, so our next respectability politics topic: Mike Vick versus Colin Kaepernick.
Oh God! You know what? It's so funny.
I love that laugh.
It's so funny that Mike Vick is out here like trying to be respectability police when not too long ago ne'er a white person had it here for him. Mm-hmm. You know, after that whole, dog fighting scandal that went on, like they didn't even want him playing in the NFL.
It seemed like he got shock treatment and then wanted to like save another brother from like, you have to understand.
And Colin's not looking to be saved by no white
Colin
people.
Does not have a track record of getting arrested.
Nothing.
I mean, he did a peaceful protest. So, I mean, you definitely were not on his side by saying, oh, maybe you should assimilate into this situation and that way you'll be accepted.
I think a lot of people don't seem to understand the most about this situation is Colin is not shook or scared about not being on anybody's NFL team. He literally gives no fucks about it.
And what about all the people who do have long hair right now in the NFL who play? Like, should they cut their hair as well to be respected if they decide to silently protest?
Exactly. And we all know it's not about the hair. It's not about the hair.
That's what they told you in prison. If you cut your hair before your court date, you'll look respectable.
Right. It's the most ridiculous shit ever.
Gosh.
But did you see the tweet that Colin put out?
Oh, yeah, he put Stockholm
the definition
syndrome.
of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, you got shook. You got flashed.
And then he tried to clarify his statements afterwards.
And, he tried to apologize or something.
No, we don't need your apology. He should have just never said anything. Like that was not an issue that he needed to speak on. Especially he is not deemed a respectable person. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get any new fans at this point. And then on top of it, what you're saying didn't make any damn sense. Made no sense whatsoever. We all know white people were upset with Colin, not because of his hair, but because of his political stance on how police brutality is handled in this country. And it's handled poorly, beyond poorly. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a white woman shot not too long ago by a black police officer. I haven't seen that one Blue Lives Matter fucking hashtag from Becky, Timothy, from Samantha. None of them have said or Tommy.
She might have. I just don't pay attention.
Chad didn't say shit. Nobody said a damn thing about this black officer shooting this Australian white woman, blonde hair white woman who's on her way to get married. Yes, it's unfortunate.
Of course, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like the amount of black bodies that are no longer here due to police brutality, and everybody had every excuse. Like, what was the headline? The most innocent victim of police.
Right,
are you
about to say,
fucking kidding me?
The police never said this should not have never happened. Like that's what they said. This should.
The officer has already been forced to resign. Of course he is going to be indicted. We all know what's going to happen, and it's disgusting. It's super disgusting.
As we move along to our, there's so much hot mess. Like, what the world?
Girl, we could talk all day about all the bullshit that's been going on.
One thing that was so stupid to me was people meeting reality and fiction. Power is a fictional show.
What's going on with Power?
And it's on Starz, if people didn't know, if you don't watch it at all. All the craze, but people are thinking that Amari's really Ghost, like Lena Loren is really Angie. Like they're sending her death threats. Like
they're sending the character Angie death threats.
Yeah, like you're like no, free my new Ghost. Like no, like they're not real. And especially like with Lala, like she was being interviewed saying that person is a character. So when I do nude scenes, which I signed a release form. Right. Like
and Lala, please keep doing your nude scenes. We love seeing them.
She consented to this, so it's not like Lala is doing the nude scenes.
It makes sense for her character,
right? It makes sense for the situation. So we really have to separate somebody's craft in the person that they are because she doesn't allow her son to see it. You know, she's not like.
And
she's
why would
walking
she?
Exactly, she's being a responsible parent.
I mean, because it's not the content of the show is not a show that your kids should be watching. You know what I find? Ashy ass niggas kill me. Okay, they blow the life out of me with this Lala situation because I see it a lot, and they're like, "Oh, Carmelo allows that, and you know his wife shouldn't be doing that." Like, first of all, she's her own person. Okay, like she has an agency over her own body. Her husband does not rule her fucking body. Let's get that out the way. Second of all, there are plenty of actresses who are married, who have children, who do nude scenes. This is not no new shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand what the problem is for her to be nude in a scene and she's playing a character. It makes sense for her character.
She definitely should not be judged by
She should not be judged by this at all.
Yeah, but we definitely, people should definitely be able to separate, character, acting, and...
We're talking about the average people.
Well, I get.
And when it comes down to ashy niggas, niggas,
What's that?
ashy niggas out here in the street, there's no reasoning with that because there's no reasoning there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not thinking about a woman being their own person. Women to ashy niggas are pieces of property. They don't have their own agency or allegiance to anything. Like their whole purpose in life is to serve this ashy elbow of a nigga. You know what I mean? No, that's not how the world works, and that's not how the world should be working. Mm-hmm. Period. Right. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Angie is concerned, yeah, her character is annoying. Yeah, I cannot stand her character. But that means they're doing their job well. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like they're doing their job very well. That you don't like this character, and she's acting very well. I mean, it's like as an actor, am I going to be that person who's like, oh God, I'm acting the fuck out. I mean, I am doing so great because a nigga said they wanted to shoot me. Like, I must really be connecting. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's scary.
It's a little much.
And that's a very irrational reaction to fictional characters on a fictional show. Yeah. Like, this is not a documentary. You know what I mean? These are not real people.
It's a show, guys. And, our listeners, I'm pretty sure, hopefully they know the difference, so.
I mean,
you never know.
But you know what's funny? It kind of makes me think of back in the day, soap operas like Young and the Restless and General Hospital and things like that.
When you see them, they call them their name.
Like when you're like at your Nana's house, Nana's babysitting, and she got you watching her soaps, her stories, because Black people don't call them soaps, they call them her stories. Yeah. And you're watching these characters and stuff, and they get so engrossed in these characters. Like, these characters are no longer actors. Like, they do think that they're people in an actual world. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of reminiscent of that. I don't know.
Just don't do it.
You know what? But back then, you didn't have things like Twitter and Instagram and all these social media platforms where people can literally seek you out and say the most disgusting, deplorable things.
Yeah.
That can be really annoying.
People are loose with the fingers.
What do you get out of sending an actor, and I'm quite sure,
or any person,
but I'm talking about Angie specifically.
Yeah.
Her real name is not Angie, and I'm quite sure her social platform or social media, it has her real name on it. Yeah. What do you get out of sending her death threats online? Like, I don't understand. Like, does that make you feel better? Is that going to change the storyline?
Yeah. I'm just really hoping people are playing, and that's what I'm going to.
Some of them are not playing, girl. Some of them are ignorant, and it just, and then how do you decide who's serious and who's not? How do you decide?
This is true because there's people who become stalkers and they get
that's what I'm saying. That's
with
scary. I couldn't imagine going through that.
Yes. Well, that brings us to the end of our hot social mess. I'm sure there's more to come, as the heat rises, people do stupid things.
Yes. I can't, I didn't have much to say about R. Kelly because I'm tired of talking about him.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
I'm tired of his name. I'm tired of seeing his sick ass face, his creepy ass. Like, he's an old fucking creep. He's that old fucking creepy uncle that comes to Thanksgiving and somebody's like, don't leave. Right. Don't leave your kids around Uncle Kelly because you see what I'm saying?
We should have known better. First, he called himself the Pied Piper, and secondly, he had on a mask of Zorro. Like, remember?
Yes.
Remember that song, "Girl, You Want to Come to My Hotel"?
Everything he sings is creepy.
it's all right if you want to come with me, come into my hotel suite, and it's okay.
All his lyrics are creepy. I cannot listen to an R. Kelly song and not think about like the people he's taking advantage of. Oh, it's just so gross. And then O.J. Simpson, listen, we don't care. Just get your ass released, the juice. No one cares. No one gives a shit. Just live your life. You should lived your life the first time, and your ass wouldn't end up in prison. Okay, just.
No, it would have because he did it.
He was acquitted. He was acquitted, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. As Dave Chappelle said, my blackness won't allow me to answer that question.
All right. Okay.
I'm just gonna say, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
No problem. Well, I got something else for you.
What do you got?
I have a petty shiro. I call her my petty shiro. There's the Prime Minister of Japan's wife.
What does she do?
Her name is Akie Abe. Hopefully I said that correctly. And so on Thursday, July 20th, I believe the date was, it was blowing up on the internet because they met with Trump and his wife. And
this is a Trump story.
Yeah, it's a Trump story. It won't be long because you're about to be real happy because of what she did.
What did she do?
So basically, in short, Trump, when he was interviewed about his, dinner with the Prime Minister and other individuals from other countries, he said, "Oh, she's a terrific woman, but doesn't speak English. Like, not hello." And
wait, that's a quote?
That's a quote from Trump.
Not hello?
Not hello. Because that constitutes a view of not speaking English. And so...
What the fuck?
But in actuality, she can speak some English.
Okay.
She actually gave us, I think, a 15-minute speech in 2014 on coastal resilience.
In English?
In English.
Oh, girl.
After he said that, people were like, she doesn't speak English? That seems a little weird. So they went, people go out and look for the information. So she does speak English. But some more stories came out, and they said that actually... it might be the case that she doesn't know a lot. Like, her English was not strong. It's not like you can just, like what, how we...
Like conversational English.
Yeah, like a born American would sound. But she can speak, at least she can say the word hello, but she often has a translator with her. And so she didn't say anything to Trump at all during this dinner. So Trump automatically thought that
she didn't speak English.
Everybody is so happy, and she's the petty shiro because they thought that she made believe not to speak English, so she didn't have to deal with Trump. And so I'm like, that's the kind of woman I want in my life.
That's the kind of woman I want to be.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
So as more stories came out, they said, she actually doesn't really know. She's not a strong English speaker. Okay, that's fair because it's not her native tongue. That's fine. But she always had a translator. So if she really wanted to speak to Trump, they
would have had a translator that night.
No, the translator was there. If she really wanted to talk to his ass, she would have said something, I feel like.
Oh, my God. First of all, I mean, any moment that I have to not speak to Trump is what I would do, translator or otherwise. So I applaud her, and I see why she's this week's shiro, because everyone should try their best to avoid that orange tangerine of a fucking person. Everyone should try whatever it takes to not talk to this bloated, fucking inflated asshole of a person. Everyone should do whatever it takes to not address who is not my motherfucking president, who is overly tanned and stretched like leather, who is unforeseen, the most deplorable, disgusting, nasty, any word I could think of. I don't like this dude.
Melanie, you're supposed to be honest. You're supposed to say how you really feel.
You know what? I could be more blunt, but it's just like the sight of him, like literally, he's the president of the United States. And I'm supposed to want to be informed, things like that. But, like, literally, as soon as he comes across my TV screen, like, I'm turning the channel.
Yeah, I turned it on.
Like, I don't want to hear his voice. I don't want to. It's just
Which is how the Prime Minister's wife may have felt. She didn't want to speak to him. So, I mean, who's to say what really happened? But
we know what really happened.
I'm really happy to go along with the story that she made believe, because Lord knows that if I came across to him, I would definitely start speaking Creole or Spanish. And just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He gives me all types of Fruit Loops stretched, like that leather fruit shit. What's that? Fruit on a...
Oh, fruit by the foot?
Oh, my God. Fruit by the foot teas. He gives me all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just... Ew. It's just... Ew.
On that note, we're going to take a break.
Fruit by the Loop teas. Be back after this.
Hey everyone, it's Regine. Just wanted to send a big thank you for all of you who are listening so far. If you like what you've heard, please hit the subscribe and don't forget to drop a review in iTunes and in SoundCloud. We would absolutely love to have some comments from you guys and make this podcast really enjoyable for the future. So if you'd like to contact us with any suggestions, questions, you can hit us up at msblknmsbougie@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 202-630-6872. Now let's get back to the show. And we're back.
We're back from the break.
Can I wine? We're back with less wine.
Let me just mention, okay, so this is what happened, okay? Before we get into the next shit, Regine her husband was so kind.
Yes,
and
sweetheart.
And he was like, I got a bottle of wine for you guys for the recording. And she was like, okay, fine. And he bought us cheap Moscato, okay? And Moscato's not my go-to, you know what I'm saying?
It's not mine either, but he tried. That's what makes him awesome.
It's the thought that counts,
yes.
right? But the problem with cheap wine is, it could either fuck you up really fast and not either fuck you up really fast. It fucks you up really fast. Okay, and I've been drinking since the beginning of recording. And girl, I'm here to tell you, this is a bad idea. And the funny thing is, the straight man over here, Miss Regine.
I'm straight man.
Because you're the straight man of this comedy duo.
Right. I've only had one glass.
She's only had one glass because she's driving, because she's responsible and shit. So that leaves the heavy lifting to me, and I'm over here like, girl.
You're taking it like a champ because the bottle's almost gone.
And that's at the detriment.
We've only been recording for 35 minutes.
It feels like we've been recording for hours, girl. I'm just like, what the hell is happening in this room right now? But, I want to give a special shout out to Christopher Walker for this cheap-ass twist top bottle of Moscato. You just crack the top. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can crack the top very easily. No bottle opener needed. And it says, this bottle is hilarious. It's by...
Melanie, is there a bear on
Wait, what's the brand? It's a bear on it! Oh my God. Okay, this is an inside joke. Okay, so everybody who knows me, they call me Mama Bear or any type of bear, so Yogi, whatever. Not so much Yogi, but more so a bear. The bear is like my, the animal that everybody relates to me.
Yeah.
And before you give me your fucking fat jokes, it's not just because I'm chunky, okay? Anyways, so on this bottle of wine, it has a picture of a bear, which is so fitting. Do you think he picked it out because of that?
No, Chris doesn't think
he's not.
No,
he doesn't think that consciously.
That, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's the brand?
He'll tell you to your face how he feels. He doesn't need to give you subliminal.
What's the brand?
It's Yosemite Road?
Yosemite Road Vineyards. I don't know where, whatever. But what the funny thing, everything is funny to me when I'm drunk. So what's funny is it has juicy peach notes. It's refreshing, light body. And it's crisp with a sweet finish. That's my sexy voice.
Thank you, Mama Bear.
But yeah, Christopher Walken, thank you for the wine that has me kind of lit right now. And honestly, this litness would carry us into our next shit.
Yes, and I want to call it, what did I want to call it again? Oh.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. That's what it is.
No, thank you is especially reserved for the things that we have no use for, no need for, we don't want, no one asked for it, no one called you, no one even wrote you a fucking letter.
No one sent you a message by pigeon,
nothing. Nothing. We didn't send any owls your way.
No smoke signals.
Nothing. Like, we did not even send you an email, a tweet, an Instagram DM, nothing.
So I have two special no thank yous.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first one is to Cisco.
What? Why is Cisco being talked about 2017, girl?
So Cisco thought that we needed a remake of the Thong Song. And then I wasn't going to think about it, but my friend Chloe reminded me about it. And so I looked it up, and I realized that he had an interview with BuzzFeed. And took
Why is BuzzFeed talking to Cisco?
I think it was BuzzFeed, but I think that's what I think that's who.
Why does BuzzFeed talk to anybody at this point?
Yeah, but he got interviewed, so if it's the wrong outlet, I'm sorry. But his quote was, "I've been asked so many times over the years to make a new version of the thong song.
Why? Who's asking you to? Why are you lying, my nigga?"
And he said,
"No,
I've declined every time until I've heard the new version." I think this is Juicy or JCY. I don't know if it's Juicy or JCY did it. I don't know who told him this.
Okay,
I don't know who told him this.
Let's take a moment. Okay.
First
of all, let's unpack how this nigga is telling a bold-faced motherfucking lie.
Right.
Nobody has been begging or asking you.
Because, in all honesty, the thong song in 1999 was a hit. You know, everybody had their fun with it.
We needed it at that time.
Yeah, we needed it at the time. But now, you know, there's fake asses. There's more outlets. Like, the thong, you know, was... You know, oh my God, she's showing her thong. But nowadays, everything is just out there.
I'm here for anything that gets a big booty bitch in a thong. I love thongs. I love seeing butts.
Right.
I'm here for it. But what I'm not here for is his blatant lies and deceit. Because he knows damn well.
Right. So
ain't nobody been asking him for no thong song remake.
Right. So, Melanie, he does have a video to go along with the thong song.
I have not seen this.
It has neon lights. The same kind of butts are in there. There's not a variety of butts, but there's some thongs. I don't really like it. I mean, it's the same lyrics. There's nothing. There's only the music has just changed just a little bit.
Can I just say,
this
is not the topic to bring up when my drunk ass.
That's why I'm here to move along to the next one.
Because because he. No, I honestly, first of all, if it was BuzzFeed, why is BuzzFeed talking to Cisco? No one cares. Second of all, why is he trying to sell us this dream that, you know what, everybody was asking me for so long, and this is the one version that I approved of because it sounds directly, identical to the original.
It doesn't need to be, like, songs like that don't need to be remade because, you know, they're already bad. Unless you're going to make it better, you don't need to remake that.
I know, the thong song never was really that good. It was just a testament of the times.
I mean, it wasn't consciously lyrical. I mean, it didn't, improve anything. And
it
was just fun. It was a fun song.
The only thing that keeps replaying in my mind is from the original video when he's walking across that sea of women.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Or when the video first opens and it's somebody drizzling mustard across the hot dog.
Like, what? Oh, that video was so 90s.
So, in the end, no thank you, Cisco. I'll stick with the 1999 version.
I mean, was the new video even good?
It was all right. Like I said, it was all right.
Did it have a lot of good-looking women in it or anything?
Yeah, I mean, the women were beautiful. It just, what the fuck? I mean, it was... I don't think it was.
I know it was bad if you about to say what the fuck.
No, I was gonna say what the focus.
I thought you was gonna ask me what the fuck is this? I'm just saying, you save all the expletive deleteds for my black ass.
Right. It takes a lot for me to go there.
It don't take shit for me to go there. I don't even need that bottle of wine to go there.
But I have one more no thank you, and this is to the directors of Game of Thrones.
But I love Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, they think that it's a good idea because clearly, they think they need to top themselves with Game of Thrones. They thought they could top themselves with a show named Confederate.
Wait, slow down.
On HBO.
About what, girl?
So, Confederate chronicles the events leading to the third American Civil War. Mm-hmm. And the series takes place in an alternate timeline where the southern states have successfully seceded from the Union, giving rise to a nation in which slavery remains legal and has evolved into a modern institution.
Okay,
that is what their, I guess, press release had initially said. The story follows a broad swath of characters on both sides of the Mason-Dixon, freedom fighters, slave hunters, politicians, abolitionists, journalists. So that's what I see on the internet.
What is white people's obsession with seeing alternate? This is what kills me about white creatives, right? When they do dystopian, futuristic shit, they don't include black people in it, right? Because they honestly want to live in a world where black people are not a thing, or people of color for that matter, across the board. You know what I'm saying? You'd be hard pressed to see a lot of different, like Mad Max, for instance. There's no black people in that shit. The one time they had Tina Turner, you know what I'm saying, and the Thunderdome shit. I find it very funny how they can't picture us in the future, but they love to rehash the past. Wouldn't it be cute, girl, if we had niggas still in slavery? Like, who thought this was a good fucking idea?
Right.
Like,
and, you know, if this were to be done, it would have to be handled like with the utmost sensitivity.
And white people aren't sensitive enough to handle it.
Like, with that said, like, who would you contact? Like, why would that even be a thing? And mind you, these are the directors where their show Game of Thrones only had black characters as slaves in their shows.
They're not. If somebody's going to touch on this type of property or this type of subject matter, the only people I feel comfortable dealing with that is black people. You know what I'm saying? Because they would come from a stand, and not just any black people.
But even then, black people, I don't really think would even.
No, they wouldn't even think of that. But what I'm saying is, if black people are getting paid for the show, and they're getting the dollars and cents, and they're going to come at it from a completely different angle, so to speak, I don't know. That's the only way I would even feel comfortable with it. But even then, I still don't feel comfortable with it. We don't need this. No one needs to see it. No one needs to make this. I don't even know how in this climate today something like this would even get greenlit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we have our prison system, so that's your reality.
Like, there you go. Like, you know, like, child, like, it's already happening. Like, you don't need to reimagine it.
And even if this was in the works for a long time, like, even in the world that we're living in today, like, it's such a sensitive topic. It doesn't need to be. I mean, I guess the same people who work with Pepsi work with these people because they didn't think about, you know, what we would think about, you know. It's
tone deaf as fuck. It's completely tone deaf. It's irresponsible. And honestly, I have no interest in seeing it.
So, but know that we hope that it doesn't come out. But if it does come out, watch out because, you know, Black Twitter will let you know.
They're going to get, girl, they doesn't even need to record one episode. I'm telling you, they're going to get fucking dragged if they're not getting dragged already. Right. And they rightfully so. First of all, they don't even know how to deal with black characters on Game of Thrones. You think I'm going to trust you with a whole series that has black characters throughout it?
As modern day slaves.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, who thought this was a...
That's why I said no, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna give that a hard no, thank you.
Yeah, hard no, thank you.
Like a very hard no, thank you. Don't do it.
But guess what, Melanie? I have something fun for us to talk about next.
Okay, first of all, if it doesn't involve some type of hoish type of activity, because I need to talk about hoe stuff because I've been drinking.
Girl, I'm here for you. You know, I'm here for the ratchetry that goes on when we're together. So, let me say, this is what Regine does. Okay, Regine lives vicariously through me because she's a married woman now. She has her husband and all that cute shit, and I'm out here still living my thought life, living my thought dreams. You're living it responsibly. So
yes,
okay.
and then she's like, you know, Melanie, tell me a story. Tell me what's going on. And I'm just like, oh God, I guess, girl.
But you know, this next segment, you know, is important because we're living in times where it's not, you know, right to, you know, slut shame people.
It's a beautiful time.
Right. And, you know, women, you know, we have our rights and we can do things as we please. So I like to call this, Bitch You Thought.
Bitch You Thought.
And
Bitch You Thought.
You thought that having a hoe phase would be some type of social stigma.
Right. Here's the thing. It's kind of different for me because I've never really cared what people thought about me or what I choose to do or who I choose to do it with. I do what the fuck I want when I want. And I get that a lot of women don't feel comfortable yet within themselves to be that free. And a lot of it has to do with these ashy ass dudes out here. It kills me how it's so counterproductive because men, they always talk about, oh, I want a freak. I want a girl that's going to do X, Y, Z, you know, be extra freaky and things like that. But then you turn around and you shame all the girls who are doing all that shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, when you shame all the women who are doing that, right?
Right.
All the women who don't want to be shamed or looked down upon are not going to do what those girls over there doing. Right. Obviously, it's working against what you want, what you say you want. Right. It makes no sense.
So, Melanie, let's talk about it from an internal perspective. So, that girl who, like, you know, like for me, for example, like, should I do this? Should I not? Because, you know, not everybody may go through it. That's good for them.
Right.
And you have people who do go through it and then jump back out and jump back, you know. They think that
you're talking about hoe phases.
Yeah, hoe phases. Yes,
hoe phases.
Girl, that's what we were talking about from the jump.
I don't remember. Hoe phases. Hoe phases are necessary for everyone, man or woman. You know, I think men are given a little bit more freedom to go through their hoe phase and to work through their hoe phase and then settle down or whatever. Mm-hmm. Women are not given that same freedom to do that without the stigma attached to it. The way women could get around that is to not give a fuck. That's my advice to you, girl. If you are sitting at home and you're like, you know, I really want to fuck 2 guys right now at the same time, don't care what anybody thinks about it. Just fucking do it. Do it safely.
As long as you're responsible. And it's okay if you don't go through it.
You know, and then if you're the type of hoe that's not into that, and you're just into, you know, I just want to deal with one person right now and do a bunch of freaky shit with that one person, but I don't want to be in a relationship, that's fine too, girl. Like, do you. I mean, make your own decisions for you, not based on what society or people are going to think about you, because I guarantee you they're going to talk shit about you regardless. Right. Like, whether you're a hoe or not. Like, I get called a hoe for just breathing. Like, oh, wow. Like, girl, what? They do it all the time. What are you talking about?
Who's they?
The fucking social media world. Like, when a girl uses a filter on fucking Snapchat, yeah, she uses a dog filter. You know she's a hoe if she's using a dog. It's a fucking filter. It's designed for people to use.
Oh, because it licks. You can lick.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. They said the same thing about the flower filter. Yeah. It's just a crown of flowers on a girl's head. And then they make a meme, you know she's a hoe. Like, we get called hoes for anything. You get called hoe for eating broccoli, for using a filter, for drinking water, for walking. For existing, you get called a hoe. So if they're going to call you a hoe regardless, you might as well do some hoe shit and have some fun. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So what about when, let's say you're in, you know, you try to do the quote unquote good girl thing. And you
fuck being a good girl.
Right, that's fine. And you get into a relationship and, you know, you get a long-term relationship and then you break up. How would you suggest getting, you know, would you go back into a whole phase? How would you ease back into the whole phase? Should there be a whole phase, or should you still be on the same path of trying to get into a new relationship?
I think you should do whatever you feel comfortable with doing. And that's the bottom line of it. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in hoe phases or not be in hoe phases because you're doing something that is being dictated by people around you or what people think of you. You know what I'm saying? So if you break up with somebody and the way you deal with a breakup is, you know, you sit at home, you eat ice cream, you talk to your friends, and you just go out and you don't fuck anybody and you want to mourn that relationship in that way, then do that, girl. But if you also break up with a guy and you need to work through it by sucking a few dicks, do that too. Whatever works for you. You know what I mean? Like, everybody deals with things in a different way.
And also, just don't talk about everything you're doing, possibly. I'm just thinking. I
don't have a problem with people talking about it either. I mean, because it's your life. You know what I'm saying? If you're the type of person who's like, you know, if you're going to post on Facebook, you know, I had fun sucking that dick tonight. Girl, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? People shouldn't judge you for that. You know, I'm not going to judge you for that. Mm-hmm. If anything, you're going to get a heart emoji from me for being bold enough to disclaim, you know, I sucked dick tonight and it was fun. You know what I mean? We need more outspoken people like that.
So you're for like Amber Rose and her whole slut walk and all that.
This is the issue I have with Amber Rose. My issue with Amber Rose is not her being sexually liberated, for her showing her body or anything like that. My issue with Amber Rose is that, for me, it seems like her version of feminism is self-serving. It all regulates back to her. It's not about the movement per se. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because feminism, to me, sexual liberated feminism is not for everybody. Everybody's version of sexual freedom isn't displaying their body or, you know, being overtly sexual. Some people are the reverse of that. That doesn't make you any less feminine. The main thing about feminism is being able to have the choice without the stigma. Period. So, you know, for me, Amber Rose, she's cool. You know what I'm saying? She posts a picture of her naked showing her, you know, pubic hair or whatever. I'm here for it. What I'm not here for is the self-servingness of it. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't. Everything she does is very calculated.
Like
everything she does.
Black,
right.
what's it? Yeah, that's his name, right? Yeah,
it's very calculated, and it's very calculated for her to gain all the attention and all the acclaim or whatever. Which, I mean, I get it. It's a part of her brand, and that's how she makes her money. You know, fine, whatever. But, you know, that part of it, it's just... And then she flip-flops. 1 minute she's black, 1 minute she's not. But she can't make up her mind.
This is true.
It's like, you know, what are you, girl? Like, can you just tell me? Because I remember distinctly her saying that she didn't have any black heritage. And the next thing you know, she's talking about colorism on her Instagram. And it's just like, okay, what?
Yeah, if you're trying to show support... That's not the way to do it when you just put yourself, like, you can use yourself as an example, but not to just like, oh, poor me.
Exactly.
Me.
She completely centered herself in a conversation about colorism. Like, girl, shut up. Did anybody ask you for that? That long ass essay for her to say me.
I don't get it. And also, what do you think about whole phases after like someone were to have a child and, you know, they're not together, they have kids, like, you think they could do?
A woman doesn't stop being sexual because she's had kids.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it. Like, I really don't understand. Nobody asks these questions of men, which is so funny to me. Because it's like, a dude could be a father of 5 by 3 different mothers. And nobody asks him, you know, do you think it's okay for you to be in a whole phase? Like, he's just going to continue doing him. You know, and they can sling that goddamn semen all over the place, all over the city. You're afraid to turn on black lights anywhere because of this shit, because it's come everywhere, and nobody asked this nigga any questions.
It's like splatter paint.
It's like splatter paint. You know what I'm saying? Like a goddamn Picasso out here in these streets, and nobody's saying anything to these niggas about that. But they always want to ask women these questions. Oh, what do you think about the whole phase? You think it's like, I don't want to talk about my whole phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hoe when I'm a hoe, and I'm not a hoe when I'm not a hoe, and that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
So more women should kind of reclaim, you know, that word and just not even feel so bad about it when they're doing whatever they want if they don't feel, you know, apologetic about it, right?
People call me thought hoe bitch, and I'm like, yes.
Have they called you that to your face?
No one would ever call me anything derogatory to my face.
Oh, they would not. That's why I bitch you thought.
Exactly. They would never say it to my face. They're inbox me. I've gotten a number of text messages from guys who are upset that I no longer want to see them or talk to them, and then all of a sudden I become a fat bitch, which I think
and that's another thing. Just because you may, I hate to even use the word hoe around, like you're doing what you want to do, but it doesn't give the man the right to say.
Trust me, when I get a message like, oh, I wasn't really that on you, you know, this, that, the other, I love it. I think it's hilarious. I screenshot it and I share it with my friends. We just laugh at you. So please, keep them coming.
Messages.
Keep it coming, because we're just going to laugh and laugh and laugh. Be like, girl, he's so mad that I won't text him back, girl. Right. Now all of a sudden I'm a fat bitch.
It's her prerogative, guys.
I do what I want when I want to do it. And if somebody does something or says something problematic to me or something that I don't agree with, and then I let you know, like, yo, that's not cool, and I'm giving you like logical reasons why these things are not okay, and you continue to go down this path, I'm just going to cancel you. I don't have fucking time for you. I don't have time for any of your shit. I don't want to be around you. Like, you're toxic as fuck. I'm just done. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get your dick sucked anymore. Not by me anyways.
Right. Somebody else.
Girl, that's one of the beautiful things about being a woman that I appreciate, is that I don't have to do any work. Like, being a woman in that regard rules. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some guys don't have any game or whatever, and if they don't have any game, you know, their time is going to be a little bit drier. You know what I'm saying? But as a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like ordering a pizza. I just choose what I want. It's kind of like lit in that way. I'm here for it. I'm here for the litness of ordering a dude like a pepperoni with extra cheese. You know what I'm saying? And I should have
What's your favorite pizza?
Okay, so I have a ranking system for pizzas.
Okay.
This is so embarrassing, but you know, whatever.
You're gonna share it.
I'm going to share it anyway. Anyways, so like a pepperoni with extra cheese, like that's like my favorite pizza. Okay. So that means it is a good sized dick with a good straw. You know what I'm saying?
Extra cheese
with pepperoni.
Okay, gotcha.
That's like the standard of pizza. Like that's, if all else goes wrong, that one pizza would never fail you. Okay. So that's usually about 8 to 8.5 inches at least, and with the stroke of the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you know,
Yeah.
great. You know what I'm saying? But that's all he's got. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and also he's like okay with the head. The head is good. So like he's all around like it's a good pizza. Even you go to a shitty pizza place and get extra cheese with pepperoni, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Are there any other pizzas you like?
Okay, so if I want to order a Hawaiian, which is ham and pineapple pizza, and pineapple does go on pizza. I'm sorry.
Right.
It just does.
It does.
I don't care if anybody doesn't agree with me, fight me, message me. I don't give a shit. Hawaiian with pineapple it's not as good as the extra cheese and pepperoni, but it'll get you through the night. Okay. Right. And that usually means it's like below like 7 inches, but he's giving you the tornado tongue that is going to like.
How did you think of this?
Because it's like, you know, like these ranking systems are important because guys rank us all the time. So I'm like, I want to rank people. Why not? And I rank them by pizza because I'm fat and I like pizza. And I think it's funny. It's funny. It's hilarious. Okay.
I think so too.
Okay. Thank you. And
I agree.
And please feel free, ladies, to take my ranking system and use it in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? So I only have a couple of Hawaiians, which is the ham and pineapple.
So majority of the time that you order out, it's going to be...
Usually, I mean, if I'm going to take the time to call you, girl, it's going to be a pepperoni with extra cheese.
Oh, so oftentimes... Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you order
But if the pepperoni extra... Like, let's say they're out of stock and they're low on cheese and pepperoni, i.e. they're not available, then you move to the Hawaiian, which is, you know, it's an okay dick, but you're going to get a tornado tongue, which is just as good. It's just as good.
Do you have a meat lovers version? I figured that would be the top notch.
Okay, now the meat... See, that's the thing. That's the kicker. The meat lovers pizza is like the big... Like,
it puts you out for the week type.
Not even just that. It's like, I'm not a fan of a huge dick. Like, everybody seems to say, oh, you know, dick size, the big... I'm not a size queen, okay? I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? For a thick girl, I'm kind of shallow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at a certain point, you're going to hit a wall. And it's like, only a good quarter of your dick's not going to get wet anyway. So I might as well not even order the meat lovers because I'm not going to be... That's eyes too big for your stomach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to eat that whole pizza.
You don't need the extra large
even at a
pizza.
small. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, like, anything above, I say, 8.5 inches is the meat lovers. And don't nobody have time for meat lovers. Because, you know, like, I like to suck dick. Sucking dick is fun. You know what I'm saying? And you can't shove a whole meat lovers into your mouth at one time. Ain't nobody got time. I mean, you can. Okay. But the way my jaws are built, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't have the time.
That wasn't shade towards Melanie.
It was definitely shade against me. But it's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
So, okay, so we got the pepperoni with extra cheese. We got the Hawaiian, which is ham and pineapple, and then the meat lovers. And then if you really are hard up and you just want somebody who's going to suck your titties really well, you get the veggie. Which is, you're not going to get really good dick, but you're going to get finger service and your tits sucked to oblivion.
Oh, gosh. So remember your menu, ladies.
Remember your menu.
Or men, you know.
I don't know what the rankings would be for men, but, you know.
Let's not even.
I've talked too much.
Yeah,
I've shared way too much. So listen.
Look, y'all. The bottle is gone. So we're moving on to our closing.
Recommendations of the week. Do you have a recommendation of the week?
I don't, but I think you told me a little bit about yours, so I'll just go along with yours. I loved it.
Okay, so Regine doesn't have a recommendation of the week, and now I'm hungry. So we're gonna wrap this up very quickly.
Edit.
No, you keep this part in, even the part where she's trying to tell me to edit because it's funny. Anyways, the recommendation this week is if you have Apple Music, okay, there's these playlists made by this dude named Dimitri Rashawn Young, and he makes these carefully curated iTunes playlists that are literally amazing. Everyone should have his playlist. Like, everything from, he has a playlist called Neo Soul Jams of the Century, Old School Jams of the Century, Twerk Anthems, 90s R&B, Negro spirituals, and it's lit in the middle of spirituals. Like, I think that's kind of funny.
That's awesome.
Slow jams and reggae dance hall playlists. Like, anything you can think of, he's taken the time to put all of these songs onto one playlist for you. My favorite playlist, Negro spirituals are like amazing. He has some of my favorite ratchet songs like Nuck If You Buck by Crime Mob and like How Do You Want It by Tupac, but he also has like current stuff on there like DNA by Kendrick Lamar and, you know, Stick Talk by Future. And then he has the 90s jams, which I absolutely love because, you know, I'm a teenager of the 90s, and it has on there Escape, D'Angelo, Genuine. And if you're really ready for a nigga to come over and bust it open for a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ready to order your pizza, he has a slow jams playlist that is just for you that has songs like Anytime, Any Place by Janet Jackson, Earned It by The Weeknd.
He has a takeout menu.
Like, yes, he has every playlist you could think of or need. He has curated it for you. And you can find him on Twitter at the Melanin King or on Instagram, Cousin Mitri. And that's COUSINMITRI. And on Twitter, he has taken the time to he pinned a tweet that lists all the playlists on iTunes. All you have to do is click the link, and that's the Melanin King on Twitter.
Nice.
So, yes, please check him out. They're amazing.
And that's almost it for us guys, or that's about it for us. It's been a very eventful
Yeah, Christopher, never ever bring a bottle of wine ever again. This is such a bad idea for entertaining reasons, but please.
But we really want to thank you for listening. Please keep leaving us reviews on iTunes. Just a note about the iTunes reviews, even if you sign in, you leave your your nickname, and you click submit to your review, it doesn't appear right away. It'll appear the next day.
Yeah, it takes 24 hours for it to be approved.
Yeah, but please leave a review. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, we have a lot of comments on our logo, and people love the artwork, and the artist's name on that is Jaja Thompson. He's a friend of mine, and you can catch him on IG. His handle is Imaginative Creatures. And Mel, you have anything else you want to say?
I do. I also want you guys to check out chromradiolive.com. You can watch past shows on the website. It's a hip-hop live radio show. And honestly, get rid of regular radio. They play nothing but shit on there. But you can listen to actual good hip-hop music on chromradiolive.com. And Friday nights is when they air live at 10 o'clock. But if you happen to miss Friday night at 10 o'clock because you ordered a pizza, girl, you can listen to all the past shows on the website.
While you having some more pizza.
Right. Or you can listen to the show Friday night while you're getting your pizza.
Right.
You know, maybe it arrived at the door. Hopefully it was a pepperoni with extra cheese, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Thick crust, preferably.
Thank you guys for listening to this week's show.
We will no longer have wine on future shows.
I'm sorry.
Bye, y'all.